the game, cause see the boxing voice.
Welcome back, gang, for the first time and hopefully many more to come. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and click on the notifications right here, this little bell, so you can get those emails every time we go live.
Hey, what's going on, TBV? It's your boy Mike, aka Gross1911, back here with another one. This is my new segment. It's called Mike's Check Hook. Shout out to all the fans that helped me come up with the name, and shout out to Ness for giving me this opportunity to do these interviews and bring it to you guys like this right here. And I just wanted to give a quick message to anybody out there going through something, depression or anything like that, or anything that you just think you can't get through it, or you got somebody in your ear telling you that you can't do something. You can do anything you want to do in this life. I'm a living proof of that, all right? I'm living proof. So without further ado, enjoy this episode of Mike's Check Hook and many more to come. Peace. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I have a very, very, very special guest joining the show with me today. He's 28 and 14, super middleweight division. Greg Coyne, Greg Coyne Promotions is the promotional sub company that he signed to. Derrick Webster, how's it going today, brother?
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Tell the folks a little bit about you and how you got linked up with Greg Coyne Promotions.
Me and Greg, we've been in business before a few years ago. We had a whole bunch of nonsense, I guess, amongst behind us, so it didn't work out. So he let me out the contract, and he kept in touch with me throughout the rest of my career, and we had to link back up. And now it's just me, him, and my trainer.
Got you. So tell the people how you started boxing. I understand that you have a construction company, and you also graduated from college, man. Congratulations on that.
Yeah, thanks. But boxing is something I would say that boxing chose me. I've had an extensive music career, and that's what I was doing before boxing. With the passing of my manager, a gym ended up opening up across the street from me just a few months after, and I knew I had to do something different. I was never really that 9-to-5 guy. You know, I always seen myself doing something big. So I walked to a boxing gym, and pretty much I would say boxing chose me.
Now you said you had a music career. What were you doing?
R&B music.
Okay. Were you like a producer?
No, I was just singing.
Okay. So you can sing. Okay. Hey, shout out to that. So you started back boxing when you were 24?
24 years old, yeah.
And you only had 40 amateur fights? 40,
yeah. 38 and 2.
So what made the decision to go pro so quick, so soon?
A conversation that I had with Larry Holmes. He had commentated an amateur tournament out in his area, upstate Pennsylvania, and he pulled me to the side and he said, you know, he told me not to wait for the Olympics, not to wait to stay in the amateurs anymore, because I already had the tools I needed to turn pro. So I thought about it, and like, you know, given my age, I mean, like a lot of people that I was fighting was 18, 19, you know, they were young guys, and the amateurs for me was just a bit boring. So yeah, I sat down with my team, I talked to them about it, and I turned pro.
Do you feel like the pro style is more suited for your style of fighting?
Yeah, because I even through the amateurs, I had a pro style. You know, I would allow those guys to do all that amateur smacking, and then once I hit them with a nice combination, the fight was over. So, you know what I mean? Like, so I always had the pro style, even in the amateurs.
So you're 6'4", you're a super middleweight. Now, most people would be like, why this guy ain't playing basketball? But you did play basketball for the University of Maryland. Just talk about how
from grade school all the way to college.
Just talk about how that experience was, and like your love for basketball.
Well, basketball was life. You know what I mean? Like it got me through school. You know, got me on the good side of the teachers. But basketball was love.
Down in Oklahoma, so I know basketball saved me too.
When I was in college, I was getting through Steve Francis was just graduating. Yeah, so I got a chance to actually hang around him and get to see what stardom was actually like. I've always been around major people growing up, and I think that's what helped shape my mind as being a professional athlete now.
Okay. Now you're 28-14.
28-1.
I mean 28 with 14 KOs. I do apologize.
Yeah.
28-1. Now that one loss. What happened? Or did you learn from it?
Well, I definitely learned from it. I mean, I should have never taken a fight at a weight that I didn't belong in. I allowed people that's supposed to have my best interests talk me into something I didn't belong in. So I actually took that fight and ended up having pneumonia through the fight. I haven't been at 160 pounds since the very beginning of my professional career, as well as the amateurs, of course. And I turned pro in 2009. So you figure I haven't been 160 pounds from 2006 to about 2009. I knew I could get there because my body's very disciplined, but I didn't know how I would feel there. And going through the training camp, I wasn't finishing my sparring sessions. You know, like things on me was like giving up on me, like my knees was giving up on me. Like I just wasn't myself. I was real aggy, snapping at everybody in the gym, snapping at my kids. I didn't want nobody walking past me when I was hitting the bag. I wasn't myself. I went into the fight. The rounds where I felt strong, I was untouchable. But after a certain number of combinations, then my arms would just fall weak. All I had was my legs to get me through the rounds. So he was the healthier fighter, not the better fighter that night. You know, I tried to get that fight back, and even he admitted that he would never fight me again unless it was for some major money, in which I could understand. And then, you know, then he went on to lose and then get knocked out. I don't know what he's doing now, but it is what it is. I mean, like, but the learning lesson through that for myself, and I'll say that to any young fighter, not everybody that you put a pin to on a contract has your best interests.
Why take that fight at 160? Was it just bad advice? Was it?
It was bad. It was definitely bad advice. And then I think I was trying to prove a point through the various of conversations I was having with my management team at the time. I was trying to prove a point to that I don't have a problem with fighting anybody, and it ended up me having a scratch on my record. So, I mean, like this isn't a sport where you need to prove a point to people, especially if it's not in your best interest. You know what I mean? And like I said, like you also got to watch who say they have your best interest and who's really just in it because, you know, it's a cash deal for them.
Absolutely. I totally understand that. Now the 168 division is, I mean, it's getting deeper and deeper and deeper. After this fight, after you're victorious, where do you see yourself going in this division?
Well, I mean, sitting down with Greg, we have a plan. I'll definitely be breaking into the world ratings after this fight, and then we're planning on taking another fight after this, which is going to put me as a mandatory.
Oh, okay.
Right now we're shooting for Callum Smith, and I've been looking at Callum for like the last 5-6 months. You know, I don't really see a major threat there at all. You know, I mean, he's tall, he's a boxer, but to me, he's nothing that I haven't seen before. And if you look at the guys that he's fought, not taking away from anybody, because that's just not my character, but he hasn't fought anybody like me that's going to box. The first one is that's going to hit him back. You know, my movement is a problem for anybody, my speed, and I'm not really the one to really take a lot of punishment either. So, you know, a lot of those shots, a lot of stuff that he hit people with is not going to happen here. I watched a lot of his fights. I get bored watching it. He fights a lot of shorter guys and he takes a lot of shots. Short guys don't get nowhere with me. I see a lot of stuff coming before they even come. Like I've mastered that ring to where I know that certain spots in that ring, only but so many punches somebody can throw. You know, so where someone think they know what they're doing, I already know what they're gonna do before they do it.
Were you able to see the fight with him and George Groves?
I actually just started watching that fight. It was a lot of back and forth between the two. George Groves was actually the first person that I did want because, of course, he had the belt. But I got turned down from that a bunch of times, and that could have been just because like I didn't have the representation that I needed, and I didn't break into the ranks yet. And talking to a lot of people from Golden Boy, Top Rank, whatever like that, I'm a threat. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like a lot of people don't want to take that threat for a little reward. You know what I mean? So at this point now that I have the representation that I have a lot on the table right now that I've been waiting. I'm ready for. I've been studying these guys before I even knew that I would even get here because I felt like I would. Okay. So mentally, I'm ready.
Okay, now you're 6'4". Okay, so would you say you're a puncher, a boxer, or a boxer puncher?
I would say a boxer puncher. Okay. I'm just a little different in there compared to other people. You know, you get some guys that go in and they shoot their load from the very beginning, and it's hard for them to get through deep waters.
Hey, what's going on, boxing world? It's your boy Mike here from the Boxing Voice. Just want to put the word out. If you travel over to ThaBoxingvoice.com and check out our affiliate sponsors, you can click on the Showtime link. It is giving out a 7-day free trial. Or you can go to Amazon and you just do like your regular shopping, but you just use our link and they will give us a little kickback. Also, we have Audible, Own It, Fast Break Bail Bonds, El Camino Electrical Services, which is like a charger port for your car. And we have the History Channel, stream now, Women of History. If you want to check that out, just go over to our page. Also, we have one of my personal favorites, Blue Apron. It is a delivery service like the grocery store, but you don't have to go to the grocery store. They have fresh ingredients. They have good ingredients. They have great food and simple recipes. So if you want to check it out, go over to our page and you want some good eating, please, please, please go over and check out Blue Apron. They do a terrific job. Thank you for your time and thank you for your support of the Boxing Voice.
My whole career, I really never know who I'm fighting. You know, we may sign, like one guy may accept the fight, then they pull out. And then before someone actually gives me a yes, we get turned down a whole lot. So there's times where I've taken fights on 2 or 3 day notice. You know what I mean? Like, so my trainer just prepares me for the boxers, the brawlers, the awkward guys, the pressure guys. So whatever they choose to do, I'm willing to answer any question that they have. You know what I mean? I consider myself a boxer puncher because I can box my behind off. And if I catch you into one of my shots, I mean, there's not technically anyone that I haven't gotten in the ring with that I haven't hurt. Gotcha. I just choose to look good winning, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
You know, a lot of these guys that got a lot of knockouts, okay, yeah, that's great. But look at how you look to get those knockouts. You know what I mean? You look wild, you look outrageous, you know, you're just hoping that something lands or you just look kind of wild doing it, you know, like I just choose to look good in my approach. So, you know, like, I mean, I can get into someone's head and take away the only thing they have in order to beat me, and that's punching me. If you can't hit me, then frustration is going to set in. Once I get you going back to the corner and you and your corners arguing, now I know I got you.
Now, let's say there is a counter argument to that statement. Let's say the boxers that have a lot of knockouts, let's say that they're wild and they're all that. Let's say they're just trying to be fan friendly. What do you say to that? Like, they would just want to please the crowd. That's
good for them. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, you definitely want to have the crowd behind you. Mm-hmm. You know, I just choose to do mine a little bit different. I really don't pay too much attention to what other people do.
Okay. Gotcha. Now, I'm going to give you some names in the 168 division and just give me quick thoughts on them and let me know how you feel about them. All right?
Okay.
James DeGale.
Don't think much about him at all.
Okay. Gilberto Ramirez.
I didn't really know who he was until he fought Jesse Hart.
Jesse Hart.
I think Jesse Hart is actually doing what he needs to do. I pray that he actually comes victorious in his up and coming fight. He deserves it. You know, he deserves it. But he fought a close fight. But I mean, me and Jesse came up together. You know what I mean? So I would love to see great things from people that I came up with.
David Benavidez.
Young and talented, you know, very explosive. I haven't really watched much of him either, but I do know the name.
Caleb Plant. Signed to TMT.
Is that Caleb? He's a good boxer. He's a good boxer. I don't think he's been tested yet. But he's a good boxer. I mean, I like to watch him box. I mean, he's very confident. You know, I don't know if he's been tested just yet.
All right, bear with me. Jose Uzcategui.
I can never say that name either. I can never say that name either. I don't know much about him.
Okay.
I don't know much about him. I think someone offered me to fight him before. Looking like I think around like last month. But it was like a week notice. And I'm not that guy. Like I'm not in need of money. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to be that, oh, we take this fight on short notice. I'm not that guy. If I don't have proper time to train for anybody, I'm not going to do it.
Okay.
So I don't know much about him.
Chris Eubank Jr.
Eubank, same thing about James DeGale. I really don't know much about him. So I really don't have an opinion about that. I don't really know much about him either. I just know the name.
Do you know the name Rocky Fielding?
Rocky Fielding. He was brought to my attention through Jesse Hart.
Okay.
You know, and after looking at him, then I wanted that fight.
Mm.
And I reached out to Eddie Hearn, but I didn't get a response. But he has a tough test in front of him right now.
That's all I'm getting to next.
Like, I mean, he's going to get paid really well, but he has a tough test. I give that just a few rounds before Canelo getting him out of there.
Do you think Canelo will stay at 168? Do you think he'll go back down?
No, I've actually talked to some people connected to Canelo, and I don't think he's staying. I think he came up to a division and got a good champion that he's going to walk through. But I think he's going back down.
Man, you so nice, man. You so nice. What do you think about Triple G fighting Callum Smith if that happens?
Callum Smith?
Yep. There's been talks about it.
Well, isn't there talk about Triple G coming up to 168?
And fighting Callum Smith?
I don't know about that fight. Two different styles. But again, that's the style that Callum Smith is used to, short guys. You know, if he can keep him on the outs. Triple G has problem with boxers.
Mm-hmm.
He has trouble with boxers, and he has trouble with people that's not afraid of him. You know, I'm not really sure how that fight goes, but if he comes up, it's definitely a fight that I'll be watching.
Now you are at 168, but you are at 64. Do you ever see yourself campaigning at 175?
I fought at light heavyweight a few times. My last fight was actually at light heavyweight. I don't have a problem with light heavyweight. I just gain a little more power. My speed doesn't waver. My movement doesn't change. I get a little stronger.
Right.
I do have hopes of taking a fight at light heavyweight one day. I'm sorry, at heavyweight one day.
Oh, you do have hopes of going up to heavyweight.
Yeah.
You see, well, let's get to it then. Wilder Fury.
Wilder is big.
I met him. Yeah, he's big as fuck.
I'm not really sure how that fight's going. I think it's going to be an ugly fight, honestly.
Why you say ugly?
You got two giants that wants to prove who can hit the hardest. So I think it's going to be a big slugfest. And Wilder, you know, when Wilder doesn't stay the sharpest throughout his fights. You know, he gets a little unorthodox. I'm not a Fury fan at all. So, you know, I think it's going to be a wild fight. I think it's going to be a wild fight.
What are your thoughts on
possible disqualification before the fight even ends?
Disqualification?
Possible disqualification.
Damn.
I just think it's just going to be a wrestling match.
Okay.
A wrestling match.
What are your thoughts on Anthony Joshua?
I like Anthony.
Okay.
I like Anthony a lot. I love his ambition. I love his drive. I would love to see Anthony and Wilder. That's what I would like to see.
Absolutely.
I would like to see that. I think he proved his point when he fought Klitschko that he could take a punch and get up and still finish. Wilder, on the other end, his power doesn't waver at all. You know, it doesn't waver at all. So if he catch you on the end of that, you got to see how you actually respond to that.
All right, just some more names, and just give me your quick thoughts on them. Louise Ortiz.
I like Louise Ortiz as well. I liked him over Wilder when he fought. I think he fought a really good fight. He has power, he can box. But again, where he had Wilder hurt, he couldn't finish Wilder. So Wilder showed that he had a bit of a chin. And that's when I realized, like, wow, like this dude's power does not change at all. You know, but I like Ortiz. I've always been a fan of Ortiz.
Dillian White.
Who?
Dillian White.
Not sure who that is.
Okay. Well, I ain't gonna break them down to you then. There's a big fight today. I don't know if you know. Tony Bellew and Alexander Usyk.
Yeah, I seen that. Which again, two guys that I'm really not too familiar with. I just know Bellew from us being in the movie Creed together.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
I don't know anything about it.
All right. Well, listen, let's play a quick little game before I let you go, just to give the people a little insight on your personality and the kind of guy you are. All right. Okay. Hot or cold?
Say it again.
Hot or cold?
Hot.
If I wasn't boxing, then I would be.
If I wasn't boxing, I would probably be filming.
Okay. My favorite cartoon as a kid was.
My favorite cartoon as a kid, probably the Jetsons.
Wow. I ain't never heard nobody say that one. Okay. First, my favorite movie is.
My favorite movie. I don't really have a favorite movie. I like horror movies though.
Give me a top 3. Top 5 if you can't make your mind up.
Yeah, I just love movies. You know what? Bad Boys. I like Bad Boys. That was a good action movie. I'm really anticipating Bad Boys 3.
Which one was better, 1 or 2?
I like 2.
You like 2? I like 1, man. I think 1 was the shit, but
they were all good. But I think I like 2. I think I like 2.
The first thing I do in the morning when I wake up is
kiss my wife.
Absolutely. The 3 most important things in my life are
my wife, my kids, and just being better than I was the next day.
All right. And boxing has changed my life. How?
Boxing has changed my life because it's given me a place of patience. Learning how to control the negative things around me. Gave me confidence in areas in which I may act as if I'm still in the streets. You know, now it just gave me a sense of being able to understand who I am.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, man, I wanted to thank you for your time. If you got any social media and you got a fight coming up, so let the people know when you're fighting and give them your social media. When and where you're fighting. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're fighting in Delaware. We're fighting Delaware first at Hokus in Delaware, at the Hokus Arena, Daily Promotions. My social medias is just simple: Derrick Webster, DERRICK, Webster, such as the dictionary. That's Facebook and Instagram. Facebook, I do have a social team. I really don't like doing too much social media, but if it's something important, I do answer at that.
Absolutely. Well, man, thanks for your time, man, and I do appreciate it. We over here at the Boxing Voice are rooting for you and excited to see where your career goes.
Thanks a lot.
All right, man. Thanks, man. Have a good day.
You too.
What is up, TBV family? Yes, YouTube has been cutting funding to their channels as of late, and with net neutrality going through its process, the internet is changing. If you want to keep your favorite channel intact, coming up with tons of content, and plus get hours and hours of extra content, head over to patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice to become a member of the TBV family and help support the channel. Peace.